Having the issues, y'all. All right, y'all. We are back. I guess then I see my co-host Ricky. Ricky, man, say what's up to the people. All right, now let me invite her in. It is Saturday. What are y'all doing? Waiting on our guest, y'all. And what's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
They got people on?
One person so far. Just waiting on our guests to join, y'all. Let's see. Waiting on our guests, y'all. We are still waiting, y'all. Yes, we'll be here momentarily, y'all.
Okay. It's time for me to give me a interview. You got any questions you want to ask me?
You got anything you want to say? Hold on, y'all. Trying to get it right. You got anything to say to the people out there before this guest come on? Right. Guest is now joining. All right. So this is our guest, everybody, Miss Joycelyn Todd. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Eve.
Doing pretty good. It's my co-host Ricky.
Okay.
So introduce yourself to the people out there.
Hold on right quick.
Okay. My name is Joycelyn Todd. I'm a band director at Kendrick High School in Columbus, Georgia. This is my 4th year teaching. Started teaching in Mississippi. And let's see, got my bachelor's at Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Got my master's at Ole Miss. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Do you have any band history? Like, did you band high school, college?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been in band since I was in middle school, since I was 11 years old. So I mean, band is literally life at this point.
Right.
you know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So when did you fall in love with music?
I think since I had got my first tape from my grandma, my first Michael Jackson tape, that was literally my first tape. So that was probably when I fell in love with music. I mean, and literally it's kind of just been, as long as I can remember.
Okay. Okay. So who would you say are your biggest influences as far as in the band world? Like whether it's band directors or teachers?
Well, I mean, honestly, my biggest influencers will probably be my high school band director and my middle school band directors, because honestly, those are the two people. My middle school director was named Miss Diane Frazier, and my high school band director was Mr. Kendrick Gibson. So, like, honestly, those were the two people that inspired me to become a band director. And everything I do, I mean, even to every band director I've really had, even college, grad school, I still talk to every single one, because I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to become the best that I can be at this thing. So, I'm always asking questions, always trying to, become the best that I can be. But those two would definitely be my two biggest influences, because, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have the love for band that I have now.
Okay. Okay. So if there was one thing that you could change in the band world, what would it be?
Hmm. In general, let's see. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's anything I would really change, honestly. Um, I don't think there's really anything I could change. I mean, I love everything about it, like even the competitiveness, like just everything. Well, I guess I could say this. If there was one thing I could change, it would probably be like, I do know that there's a lot. I'm so sorry. My dog is like
Oh
going
yeah,
ham with
no,
his
you're
toy.
fine. You good?
If there was one thing I could change, I think that a lot of directors, and this is really nothing to do with the students at all, but I think there's a lot of directors out there, they kind of treat high school bands like college bands. And I don't think that they focus on the things that they should be focusing on. And I feel like we're really here to prepare these kids for the next level. So I feel like we need to be focusing on those fundamentals. We need to be it's not all about playing loud or being the loudest,
Exactly.
it's not all about that. So if there was one thing I could change, that would definitely be it. I would just wish that some people would kind of refine, you know, their ear a little bit and focus
Right, right.
focus on the things that we didn't really need to be focusing on. That way, when they get to the collegiate level, they're a great representation of where they came from. Because like I tell my kids all the time, you represented me. You ain't never gonna go nowhere. And they be like, oh, you Miss Todd was your band director. No, that's not gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure you know. And they may not like me at times because I'm always pushing them, but that's what we're here for. That's literally what we're here for.
Okay, okay. So, what's some best advice that you've gotten so far throughout your career?
Mm, let's see. Honestly, it's crazy. Like I said, I'm one of those, like, I know there are some directors out here that kind of have this mentality that, they don't want to ask anybody for anything. But one thing that my graduate director, actually, Mr. David Wilson from Ole Miss, one thing that he told us in my marching band technique class was, don't reinvent the wheel. There are so many band directors out here that have literally done the same exact thing that you're trying to do. And, like, why not ask questions? And that's literally something I have taken with me everywhere. Like, if I don't know something, I'm only 4 years in the game. I'm not gonna pretend for 1 minute that I know everything, because I don't. But one thing I can tell you is I know how to find the answer. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? So literally that was the best advice that I've ever gotten. That was before I started teaching. And so, like I said, I have no shame. I ask anything, because I'm a woodwind player. So it's gonna be things I don't know about percussion or things I don't know about brass, because those aren't my specialties. But like I said, I know how to get the answer.
Right,
Literally.
right. I feel that. I feel that. Okay. So, what were some of the challenges that you had to face when you took over your band program?
The current one or my first one, or just in general?
Yeah,
First,
yeah, just in
in
general.
general, I think some of my challenges probably were just, well, the very first school I taught at was like a small school in a very rural area. And they honestly hadn't had a director for a couple of years before I got there. So it was literally starting from scratch. I mean, and honestly, to me, that's where you get the most fulfillment anyway, you know, making a difference in those kids' lives that didn't really have it, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I never want to go to a program that has it all the way together, because I want to be able to be that change and, you know. So, but like I was saying, with that program, it was a very small program. It was in a rural area, and it probably was just like the most challenging thing, because I knew nobody there, and it was literally starting from everything. I had to do everything, like dance, color guard, even that too. They don't teach you that stuff in grad school. You know what I'm saying? I had to do everything. And if it wasn't for like the little experience I had just growing up, because I mean, as a child, I did so much. I mean, I did kickboxing and I did jazz and tap and ballet and everything, all that type of stuff. So I've always been with them people like, you know, just get out there learning everything. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't, you know, even been able to make it. But even with percussion, like I said, I had no resources when I first started at all. So it was literally rebuilding from the bottom up, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, even being a female, because, you know, kids don't realize they're doing it. But I say, for example, I could tell a child, I could come in a room and tell a child, you know, be quiet like 5 times. As a woman, you know, it may take them a second to register that and like actually do it. You got to be harder and more firm and assertive as a woman. But if a male teacher come in and say, shut up, be quiet, or sit down, they go immediately. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. So that's one thing I definitely had to learn. Like, just you had to come and you can't give them no leeway, especially being a female. You have to be assertive. You have to be aggressive, because these kids, they'll try and get over on you. So I mean, those are probably the most, like I said, that's the most challenging thing. I mean, even coming into the program I am now, I mean, thankfully they kind of had it more so together, but it was still kind of rebuilding, you know, an entire program, you know. So
Okay. So what are you looking for in the band student?
Really just anybody that's willing to learn, you know. I don't want nobody that's not willing to listen. I just want somebody that's going to be able to listen and not think that they know everything, because, you know, we have that now too. You know, these students, they get these YouTube degrees. They think because they can get on YouTube and watch Miles and ASU and A&M and all that stuff. They think that just because they can get on YouTube and watch a couple things, they think that they know everything, and it's so hard for them to just listen. So that's honestly, as long as the child can listen, I mean, I can make it work. I mean, probably even in my whole time, my 4 years, I probably only had to kick, I'd say maybe 3 kids out of the band.
Oh, that's
and
not bad.
They just weren't listening. I mean, but even then, that kids will tell you, I give kids 1,000 chances, because, you know, you never know what a child is going through, and, you know, this may literally be all they have. So
right.
I try to give them a lot of chances, but, you know, if they ain't listening and they ain't receptive, can't do nothing with it.
Right. So what advice would you give an up and coming band director who's just getting their feet wet?
Definitely the same thing that my grad school director told me. Do not reinvent the wheel. There's so many people out there that have done it before you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, don't go in this thing. First of all, don't go in this thing thinking you know everything. Don't go in scared, because I know I was so afraid. When I got my bachelor's degree from Stillman, I just knew I was not ready to get out there. And so, you know, that was part of the reason why I went into grad school and got my master's degree, because I just knew I wasn't ready. But even after that, I was so afraid to go out there, because it's kind of like I was psyching myself out. Like, I just wanted, I mean, all my life, this is what I want to do, and I want to be the best at doing it. So, you know, you can't be scared. You know, you just got to go out there and do it, and just know everything's not going to be right. Because I remember literally just giving my kids at that school, like I said, they hadn't had a director in a couple of years. So I remember just giving them the warm up, and just after listening to them play the warm up, I was just like, I was like, dang, what next? Because it was just like, I wasn't prepared. I just didn't. But I mean, one thing I can say is literally they can't teach you how to do this in undergrad or grad, no matter how many degrees. There's literally not a course that's gonna say this is how you become a band director. I mean, you learn some things to take with you and you get the advice, but most of it is literally on the job experience. You learn with every situation that you go through and everything that you deal with in the band world. You learn.
Right. Okay. Were there ever any moments where you had doubt or you ever, got frustrated to the point where you just wanted to give up?
Never. I mean, honestly, I get frustrated, with the kids and stuff like that, if they're not where I need them to be. But if you talk to my students today, they'll tell you, I'm gonna push them and I'm gonna keep on pushing them and they gonna be mad. Just like you see all those memes that say like, one more time and it is never one more time.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep pushing them. We all get frustrated. That's just a part of the job, but I've never had a moment where I wanted to quit because literally I cannot see myself doing anything else. This is what I love. Even my goal, like right now I'm a high school band director. My goal is to go to the next level and be a college band director. That I can't see myself doing anything else.
Okay. See if my co-host Ricky has some questions for you. Rick, man, you have some questions?
How you doing today? How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Oh, just cleaning some fish. That's about it. Just got back off the road from a majorette dance camp today.
Okay.
I was paying attention. So you say you're a high school director?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
At Kendrick High School in Columbus, Georgia. Kendrick High School.
Right. She represents.
Always.
Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay. You way out there. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say congratulations on being a female director in a high school setting.
Thank you.
I work with a high school female. My cousin is a high school director, and she is a female in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. You might know her, Tamika Holiday. I don't know her personally. I probably have seen her. It's so few of us out there, so right. I've probably seen her on Facebook or something like that, but I don't know her personally. My thing is, as a female director, mm-hmm. And like this, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to wash dishes and do everything at the same time. How as a male director, you become a father to boys when you try to shape them boys to men. Then you become a daddy to little girls that you're trying to shape the women. As a female band director, how do you approach the situation into helping a child that having trouble in other classes and at home? Because once you're with that person, you could tell how the situation that they're in going, if it's good or bad, So how do you approach those situations that need a little more attention than others as a female director?
Well, I definitely can say that being in this field, being an educator, you become a mother to all those kids as well. Because literally, especially with me, I always end up getting a job like in, heavily minority areas or, stuff like that. And so, sometimes you're literally all some of those kids have, Right. Even when it comes to, I can't tell you how much money I've even spent just making sure kids have, just because, you don't want them to be without, even if it's school supplies
especially on a band trip.
Right. If if you notice a kid not eating, you're gonna want to make sure, like, you don't want to get too much into their business, but you're gonna want to make sure that everybody is okay. And like I tell my kids all the time, like when it comes to those other subjects and stuff, you're a student first. I didn't have to pay anything for undergrad because I had an academic scholarship and a band scholarship. So I graduated top 10% of my class. So I'ma always push, those academics. Anyway, like I said, my kids will tell you, I'm on them when it comes to grades. Just everything. I want my kids to feel comfortable coming to talk to me about anything because, like I said, sometimes you're all that those kids have.
Yep.
So you do become a parent. And then me personally, I don't have any actual kids right now. So literally,
how many kids you got in your band?
Right now we at 39. I don't know what the new year is gonna bring, especially with everything going on with
you got 39
COVID.
Kids.
39 kids. And we don't know what next year gonna bring, if it'll bring more, it may bring less. We don't know what the situations that we're dealing with now. But like I said, those are all my babies. And even the ones that I have, because I do beginner band and intermediate band as well on the high school level. And I also be teaching theory on the high school level next year. All those, well, I ain't gonna say all of those. Some of those are my kids as well. Some of those, I wish they wouldn't even come in that classroom though. But
oh, wow.
But some of them are my babies too, But I make sure I take care of all of them. I mean, and it's crazy. It's kind of like the longer you start teaching. I mean, you get so used. Like when I first came to this thing, the most recent experience I had was, of course, college. And so you get used to in college band. It's kind of like the band director way or the highway. If you're hurting, it's kind of like, okay, you ain't got no excuses. It's just kind of like you just do what the band director say and that's it. But then you find like when you start working with younger kids, it's kind of like, you get on to them and then sometimes you be like, wait, are you okay? Like you get more because they're younger,
right. You have to be more patient with them.
Right. And then these kids, on top of that, they different. They real different than we were growing up. I know, especially my first job, I did 6th through 12th grade. So I had, like I said, that whole, and I never wanted to do elementary or middle school at all. And I had 6th through 12th grade. So I had some real young kids in the band. So it's definitely a lot to deal with.
How do you feel a female band director? Well, no, let me rephrase that. Do you feel a female band director, middle school, high school, collegiate level, have more pressure on their back to satisfy the band head coach?
I definitely think so. I mean, I feel like, people don't realize it, but they always gonna second guess. If it's not a conscious thing, it may be a subconscious thing. I feel like they always gonna second guess a female. I mean, I've been at different competitions where literally male directors have tried me for no reason, on some disrespectful type stuff. But if these other band directors over here, you ain't gonna do that. But because I'm a female, you felt more comfortable doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, especially, my first couple of competition stuff I went to, I was, I'll be real, man. My kids know I'll get them this, like, let's go. Like if I get, somebody starting to do a little too much, I'm quick to be like, all right, let's go. I don't care who, you're not gonna sit there and disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what being a female band director, it always comes down to that for some reason. It's like we gotta work twice as hard to prove ourselves in this world. I mean, even when I was in college, I tried out to be drum major when I was in college. And the president of the school, literally, one of my sorority sisters, I'm Tau Beta Sigma. I don't know who out there, I'm Tau Beta Sigma. One of my sorority sisters, she overheard him telling the band director that he didn't want no females being a drum major, literally. I mean, but he grew up in that time, he was an older guy where it was literally just always, guys or whatever in power. So I think it's always going to be that thing. I mean, and because of that, I mean, I literally stopped trying out because of that. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to do nothing I ain't want to do. But that literally was a goal that I wanted. But because I was a female, it was like, there was no chance. He ended up getting fired anyway, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's common. But
I remember back in 2012, I tell you, you know how you have them points in your life to where you just all over the place, and you be like, man, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there. I was in Houston. I've been in Houston for 2 weeks. Turn around, be in San Antonio a week. I was just one-on-one, had to be on the move, had to answer feet, had to always be on the go. And I got a call from my cousin, Tamika Holiday at Washington, Marion, and Lake Charles. Ricky, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. You want to come help me with band camp? Yeah. Me not knowing, they had it already set up for me. When I got there, I stayed a week. A week went by. Another week went by. And another week went by. Next thing, no, it's football season. And I'm like, shit, I'm already here. I'm staying over here.
All right.
I'm subbing at the school the first week of school. But what I'm saying is, like when you say people pick on you, before I got there, people used to always try to pick on her, oh, we're going to blow at Washington Marion. But like when I got there, like I told the kids, y'all have a target on y'all back. because your band director is a female. And they know, females ain't gonna stand up there and battle all night. They gonna get their 4-5 songs in and go. But
I'm that one that'll stay. You better ask the kids.
Oh,
I'm that one that got that point to prove, and I'm like, I'll do it. But like I said, if it get too much, I'll
don't get me wrong. Tamika, she'll stay in battle, but she always, Tamika, like my cousin, like this. We come here to perform, do our due diligence, go on the field. We not obligated to play 5 songs after the battle the band over with, But when we got there, like she reserved. You'll never know she a band director if you're standing on side of her at a band fun. You'll never know because she carry herself in such a professional manner. Like she not one that will be, oh, I smashed you and did all that. She'll just look at you and do this. You did what? So, but like,
gotta let that band speak for you.
Yeah, like they picked on her, like they used to try to pick on the program. But when I got there, they knew one thing about me. He ignorant. You could be at a church function, I'm gonna blow at you. Right. And like the way I motivated the kids at Washington Marion in 2012, going into the football season. It's a robber school. We had another African American school, Peabody Magnet High School, and so that was our first game after Jamboree. We went into Jamboree with 42 songs, rap tunes and drill tunes, full football show. So what I did was, me and Tamika got with those kids, got their music that they want to play. We rehearsed it all band camp, worked on fundamentals, got the show together for the first game. And that whole Jamboree week and going into Peabody, we was practicing for them. They didn't show up. So like I told them, we're not gonna open up on nobody. No Caucasian band. We're not gonna release nothing. We're gonna play all 10 songs for the crowd. And about 2 weeks later, about 3 weeks later, we had our battle band. School from North Louisiana came down. The band director told my cousin, "Oh, I get to see you again. You ready?" I looked at him. I said, "Man, y'all don't want to do that." And I was serious, And like she was more reserved. Like, I don't care. Y'all in my battle band, have fun. Buy tickets. Let's go. Me on the other hand, band room formation. Let's go. You ain't gonna talk to her no any kind of way.
Right.
And so once a lot of male band directors realized I was actually working with her and was coming to battle, a lot of the picking and the talking about the program eased up because I became more of a show and tell.
Right.
You telling everybody this, show me what to show me. And a lot of people took L's to that female band director from 2012 to present. They still taking L even though I'm not there. And what I like about a female band director, they gonna stick to the common core. Long tone, slur, warm-up paraph, J through O. A lot of band directors just want to get out to a parade, play concert B. Letter A, B, C, concert B flat scale, rounds, and crank. Your band ain't tuned.
Exactly. Lord, I remember we had a competition this year where I got into it with somebody that was trying to rush us on the field. And I'm like, one thing I'm not gonna do is put my band on the field sounding any kind of way. So I'm gonna warm up adequately and tune, and then we will go on there. And I got into it. He was somebody he didn't even know nothing about band. And the guy that was over it ended up coming and apologizing. And he was, he don't know anything about it. But my thing is, you got to make sure your runners and stuff know what this is, because you ain't finna rush us out there sounding crazy. This is a representation of me, Kendrick High School, Columbus, Georgia, Muskogee County. We gonna make sure we on it every time. Every time.
Don't you hate that? Like, don't you hate somebody who has absolutely no knowledge of band, but always want to tell you something about band?
Exactly. Always. And those are the ones. Those are the ones.
And the situation goes like this. I know in Georgia, band is a big presence. Band, if Georgia has so many even in Atlanta, it's so many minority schools that has programs that people don't really know about. And so dealing with the lamb of life as a female, everything got to be a card. Because first thing they gonna say, oh, she ain't learned nothing in school, she ain't do this, she ain't do that. But the same one that gonna say that about you, paying attention to what you're doing and watching your footsteps.
Right. Absolutely. Because people ask me all the time, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know, even I had band directors coming to ask me, how did you have your whole show so together by the first game? I'm like, are you not supposed to?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what you have camp for, like.
Right. Like,
you know, the thing is, a lot of band directors don't know how to prepare for a field show. Like they don't know how to go out there with their kids and prepare for the field show. Only thing they know is go in the band room, pull out this repertoire. We're gonna crank.
Right.
But
and focus on the wrong thing.
You know, a lot of people look at band and be like, "Oh, that band's small. This band got 100 people. They loud." At what point you get in your brand new car and you just listen to the radio? You know your radio station in your town, like down here in Louisiana, 94.1. I'm not about to put my radio on 95.7, where I'm gonna be going on coming to Columbus, Georgia, to a battle band, listen to doom, 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 doom. But do you get what I'm saying? I want to be able to put on the radio and hear Bruno Mars, Versace on the floor. I want to be able to hear. I want to be able to hear the bridge. Like when bands playing, they tell me all the time down here. My band theory of how a band battle should go is out of content. Like I tell them, if you satisfied with your band sounding bad and you can't take constructive criticism, you fail your kids as a director. First and foremost.
Absolutely.
Because the way your band sounds is the way you practice and rehearse them. The roles ain't just coming out in rehearsal.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Like I said, refine your ears.
And another question for you. What warm-up techniques do you actually use, like, to prepare your band overall melodic sound, full sound?
I think the biggest thing that I do, I focus a lot on long tones, because I think that's the key for intonation, for building your range, everything. That's what I focus on, like literally long tones. It may be boring, it may get boring to them, but my kids will know, you know, we're going to sit there, we're going to hold it, we're going to listen, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to take that, and we're going to not only just, because, you know, a lot of band directors, they'll focus on just B flat. You know, we're going to take it beyond that. We're going to work with all those scales, so that not only are you working them long tones, you also working all those scales, building that technique. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do major scales and we're going to do minor scales too. But that's my biggest thing. Like, my warm up is literally just based on long tones. And I will take that with any scale. And I mean, that's also how I teach the scales as well. But I just focus on long tones. That's the biggest thing. And I've known, like I said, when I got to the school I'm at, even I can speak for my trumpet players. And it's sad, like I said, I ain't talking about the previous band directors or whatever, but, you know, as a high school trumpet, you know, you should be able to play above a C on the staff. Like, literally, you should be able to play above a C on the staff. But when I got there, that's what they were. They were completely fine with just being there, you know. But I had to push them, because that's not the range a high school trumpet player should be playing. You know, you should at least be able to play a F, G, you know, above the staff at least. You know, but those long tones and learning those scales are going to help them build up their lips so they're able to do those.
Yeah. For me, working with a high school band, a sophomore that's good should be able to play the B flat or the C above the scale.
Exactly.
I never wanted, when I used to go over the music with the band, rehearse the band. Even if you invite us down one weekend and you tell me, Ricky, go in there and rehearse the band. I'll never warm the band up on a loud outside mentality. I want to be able to stand in front of the band. Like I tell this to a lot of band directors. Stand in front of that band and just picture you meditating in a room of silence. and you can hear every whisper, every sound, the curtain move. So just imagine you in that teaching, warming your band up at an inside peaceful range, and you could just hear baritone, that third one, come down some. You kind of sticking out a little bit. Y'all two F ones, come down some. Like balance the band. Teach them like when my thing, I in my opinion, I'm not a band master. I'm just a band head that played trumpet for years, graduated in 99 from high school, didn't go to Southern being a band because I was chasing women. That was our life. But the thing is, balance. If I can teach you how to listen to the person on to your left and your right when they playing a wrong note, or they playing too high, like if you playing a C, woo, and they come down, balance.
And that's the thing, they gotta listen.
We are playing concert B flat scale. So trumpet, your first note gonna be a C. Whole band should be on that one range. It shouldn't be no.
Right. Everybody gotta listen.
A lot of people don't know how to teach that in band. They just know how to go get a rap song, loop it 8 times, and keep going.
Right. Bring that to a break back, dance a little bit. That's all they know. That's all they know. And like I tell my kids all the time, like even when you tuning, I always tell them it's a feeling. Like literally, when you're in tune, like you first of all, you like you said, you got to be listening to the person on your left and your right. And I said, like when you're in tune, it's literally just a feeling. Like not only you got to be listening, but you should feel it as well. Like that may sound crazy, but my real band heads, y'all know, it's a feeling you can literally feel when you're in tune. Like you're so just in one with everybody, because that's the thing. It literally, everybody in the band should be on one accord. That's why everybody has to listen.
Right. So what are some of your recruiting methods as far as, getting kids into your band?
Well, my biggest method of recruiting is just literally by showing, literally, I'm just going to make sure that we're on our A game at all times, especially, I know we do a lot of performances for middle schools and elementary schools in the area. So we try and do a lot of that, and I'm gonna make sure that we're on our A game there. But not only that, I'm gonna make sure that every opportunity that passes, comes to me, I'm gonna take it, because I use every situation. Like I tell my kids, every situation is a recruitment event. Like just Krispy Kreme calling us and asking us to perform in front of Krispy Kreme, and people out there recording, that's recruitment. It's just so many different things they've asked us to do. Even I know Columbus State, they had a, what is it called, a football, it was a football club or whatever, and they of course they don't have a marching band there. They asked us, sure, we're gonna come and we're gonna do it, because my thing is I want everybody in Columbus to know what Kendrick is doing. And that's how we're gonna grow, because these kids, they're gonna see and they're gonna want, of course, the kids, they're always gonna say, oh, I want to go to the big school, the school that got the most kids and is doing, the most. And that, I said, that's fine, but I got to do what's gonna, build my program as well. So only thing I can do is represent Kendrick in the right way, and get out there, make sure we sound good and look good, and I'm gonna recruit them every time.
Okay. So what's that one band song that just gets you grooving, man? Like every time you hear it, you just like, yes, that's my song. You just groove out to it. What's that one band song?
The one song that we play, or just
the one song play?
Nick, before I let go,
let me
that's
see.
everybody's
favorite. Let me see. What is my the one song that we play? Because let me tell you something about me. I'm a little different from most of these band directors out here. I get down, I march with my kids, I play with my kids all the time. Because in my mind, I miss it. I miss it. So I'm always playing. I mean, I don't know. It's so many. And when I tell you our book, we have a large book. I don't know. I don't think I could just give one. I don't think I could just give just one. I love them all.
Good, good answer. Good answer. Okay.
Mhm.
So what's that one event that you always wanted to do that you haven't got a chance to do yet?
That we haven't got to do. Like I said, I'm only 4 years in the game, so I still got time to do everything I want to do. But I guess as a high school director, I mean, I'm pretty much doing most of the stuff I want to do. I think I would like to probably do Biloxi, not Biloxi, New Orleans Mardi Gras parade. Now we usually go and do the parade in Biloxi every year, but I think it would be nice to actually go down to New Orleans and do a parade, or even Mobile. That's where my family's from, Mobile. So I mean, like I said, I've done a lot of Mobile parades when I was in high school, you know. So I had that experience, but never. And I've done, of course, as a college student, been a part of some parades, you know, in New Orleans, but never with my high school bands have I gone to New Orleans and did any Mardi Gras parade. So I think that's something I definitely would like to do or experience.
Okay.
Because I love to travel with my kids. So
right. Yeah, I think every out of state band should come down here to Mardi Gras and get that experience, get to see other bands, other cultures. I think that's very, very important.
All I'm looking for is the connects. So if you got the connects, send them my way, because I'm just trying to get interest. I'm interested in taking this.
Hey, look, between me and Ricky, we would definitely get y'all down here.
Okay, most definitely. I know we didn't already signed up for the one in Biloxi, but I mean, of course, it all is going to depend on how everything goes this season. But like I say, that's what I'm trying to get into.
Okay. So, you know, with all this COVID-19 stuff going on, what are some words of encouragement that you would like to give to your band students?
I mean, literally, practice. No, okay, I'm just no, I just don't want them to give up hope. Like, I know that this year is going to be something like no other. It's going to be something. It's literally the unknown, because we don't know how the season is going to go. Our band camp literally starts on the 20th, and at this point, I'm kind of just playing everything by ear. I messaged my high school band director today, and I was just kind of like, so what are you doing? It's drilling for this. How are you preparing for this? And you know, he told me, you know, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So I think it's just a lot of unknown, and I don't want the kids to get discouraged, especially the seniors, because this might not be the year. I mean, I know, shoot, last year, the seniors, their year was cut short, and this year coming up, the seniors, you know, it's kind of like, we don't know what's going to happen, you know? So I just want them to stay encouraged, you know, keep the love that they have for music, don't let it die, and just know that we're going through something right now. We're going through something as a country. I mean, really as a world, because this is something that's affecting everyone. And just don't give up hope, and know that hopefully we're gonna get back to normal soon.
Okay. So, like, what's that one high school band that you haven't seen yet that you would like to see, whether it's in Georgia or, you know, any other state?
In the sense, like in person?
Yeah, in person.
I probably would have said Car. Like, I see a lot of them on YouTube, so I probably would like to see them in person, see what they're sounding like in person. I probably would say Car.
Okay. Ricky, man, you have some questions? I know he got some questions.
I think he went.
I know he got some questions. So, man, what are some of your best band memories? You know, some of your best memories of you being in the band.
When I was in school, or okay. Oh, Lord. For like I've been teaching for so long, everything started blowing together. I don't know, like in undergrad, literally everything was an experience. Everything was an experience. I don't know, like honestly, I just miss it. I mean, if I can rewind time and do it all over again, like literally some of my best friends to this day, I literally met in the band from high school on up. I know two of my best friends, I met them in high school. We went on to college together, and we was in college. So, and I met some more people, and we're still cool to this day. So like I said, I mean, just college in general, like band in general, I miss it. Like even from high school, I don't remember anything, like except for band. Like literally, like you can't act, like some of these teachers, they start blurring together. I can tell you every band director I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Literally, every director. Like I don't know. Like I said, I just miss it. I can't tell you one memory in particular because everything started blurring together after a while, especially now that I'm teaching and I'm doing it. Cause Lord, I be calling some of my kids students, like I be calling some of my students the names of kids I went to school with, you know, right. everything started meshing. But I just miss band in general.
Okay. I think I have another question. I'm trying to think. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I pretty much asked all of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, with all this COVID-19 stuff going on, it's really don't know if we're going to have a season.
Right.
Even in the spring, you don't know what's going to go on in the spring. So
I know a lot of competitions and stuff are, canceling. We actually had a big battle of bands that we were planning for September. And so I basically told them, well, we're going to try and push it to 2021, September 2021, because we really wanted to make it a big thing. And, now, of course, is not the time to be trying to do it. So,
right.
Yeah, a lot of competitions are getting pushed to the spring or just canceled altogether. I mean, everything is just so unknown. So yeah, it's crazy.
So what do you think? Do you think there should be a season, or do you think they should just pause everything, just push it to the spring? How you feel?
I think, honestly, I think that we shouldn't be going back to school right now. Now I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do my thing and work it the best way I can. I just don't think that as a country we're quite ready. I mean, when we got out of school in March, the cases weren't nearly as high as they are now. In some places I know, like Gwinnett, which is not even far from us, got like 10,000 cases. And that's like right above Atlanta. It's like. I don't think this is the time to really be starting back school, and it's going to definitely be a challenging year. And I just hope that I do hope the cases lower, and they come out with a vaccine soon so that we can kind of get back to normal or whatever. But like I said, everything is just so unknown. I know that it's going to affect a lot of our traveling and stuff. Like I said, I really just feel for the seniors because I know that we're not going to be able to do as much and travel as much. And it's probably just going to be those football games and stuff, which will be fine. We're going to still enjoy ourselves and come out there and represent and, sit our little 6 feet apart in the stands if we got to and do what we got to do, But it's definitely crazy. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know how band camp is really going to work. I'm still logistically trying to figure out how to make it work. So it's definitely going to be an experience.
Okay. So you said that you was, looking forward to one day being a college band director. So if there were 3 college band programs that called you right now, who would you hope those 3 band programs would be?
I can't hear you. Can you say it again?
Yes, Mike. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So if there was 3 college band programs that called you right now and told you to take over as head band director, who would those band programs be in your mind? Like, who would you like those band programs to be?
One would be Alabama State. Only because, I always gotta represent for the home team. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, I didn't go to Alabama State because I wanted to get away from home and I wanted to go out and try and get a college experience away from home. But if I could have went somewhere, I would have went to Alabama State, because I grew up around that band. I grew up around that school. You know what I'm saying? So definitely Alabama State will be one. Stillman, of course, would be another because that's where I got my start, as far as, college band. So who doesn't want to go back and make a change, So I definitely think Stillman will be the second one. And I don't know. Third one would probably be, I don't know. It's so many bands out there I like. I like A&M. I like I like Ian Cat. I like of course Jackson State Southern. So I don't know. Me, honestly, I ain't picky. I'm gonna take whatever call when the time comes, whoever calls, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do my thing wherever I'm at when the time comes, because I know the time will come, and I know I will be representing for the females out there.
Hey, just tell the truth. You ain't want to go to Alabama State because you ain't want to see Southern.
No, I ain't want to go to Alabama State because I wanted to get away from home and wanted to have a little, I was at home all my life, So, but it wasn't because of Southern. I do like Southern though. Like I said, I got a love for all them bands out there. I do.
Marching band is my sport.
Yes. So that football team to get off our field now.
Ricky, man, you have any questions, man? Any comments?
I'm settled down now. I didn't wash dishes, clean all my fish I caught. As a female director, how hard is it for you to recruit? Do you have a feeder program?
I do. But the thing about Columbus is it's kind of it's an interesting situation because the kids kind of have a choice to kind of go to different schools in the city. Like if they apply, all the schools have magnet programs, so they can apply and pretty much get into whatever school they want to go to. So because of that, we lose a lot of kids that are necessarily, that you would say, zoned for our school. We lose a lot of them because they can they have a little bit more leeway with wherever they want to go. So I would say it's definitely harder just because you have to really just push and, just like I said, always be on your A game because, you can't let them catch you slipping because you're trying to always, get them to come to your school. Okay. And like I said, especially with us being a smaller program, like I said, this is my second year here. So, I mean, when I got there, we had 17 kids. I went from 17 to 39, this and that. Just in like a month or so, just because I was pushing and recruiting and trying to get everybody that wasn't in band, that had been in band, trying to get them, in the band. So I did a lot of recruiting when I first got there. And like I said, it's just been so crazy because of the COVID, because it kind of halted a lot of things that were in the works. But yeah, I'm definitely I just got to be on my A game at all times.
Right.
Administration, do they push for it or do they push against it? How you deal with it?
My band director, my principal loves the band. He loves the band. He's my biggest supporter at Kendrick and has been that since day one. He loves the band. He literally, he was like, you got to get in here. You got to stay. I want you to, build. I want you. So he's always pushing, and he literally goes above and beyond to try and make sure that, he can help us get what he can, what I'm saying? Like I said, I am still in the minority area. The school, we don't have the most, we don't have a unlimited supply of money, because if we did, we have everything we needed. But he definitely makes sure, he's definitely going to make sure he can do what he can for us.
Okay. That's rare.
Right.
It is. Very rare. Because if I had to go back to my first situation, it was completely different. It was completely different. I mean, just even past the principal, like I said, I didn't really have a support system. Now, my principal and my very first principal, he did push, a lot. He wanted the band's program to be strong, but there was not necessarily that backing financially to help us get to where we needed to be. And even my second year, that principal left. And so not to talk down on anybody, but he really didn't care. He really just didn't care about band at all. So it's kind of like if your administrators and stuff don't care and aren't really trying to push for the program, it's kind of like, what am I doing here? I mean, even in that situation, like I said, being a female, it's a lot of struggles that you have to deal with. And I mean, even me, all the other coaches, they were male. So it's kind of like it was a very it wasn't a good situation. And they were just all about football there. They ain't really care about no band. You had to fight to keep the kids. They ain't want the kids doing multiple things, and it was it's a lot of crazy situations. So if you don't have that support, it's hard to really build something.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the people out here that's watching the interview and that's listening and that's, probably thinking about sponsoring your band, what would you tell them right now?
What would I tell them?
Yeah, if they want to sponsor your band.
Kendrick, we need all the support. We're trying to, like I said, we're trying to build. And like I said, anybody that's out there that's willing to support, whether it be, I want to buy a box of reeds, I want to donate a box of paper so you can print some music, anything. If y'all know, like, it's so expensive. I would say, like, being a band director, like band in general, is more expensive than most of the athletics out there, because we're dealing with instruments. Like, even your beginning model Yamaha is going to be expensive. And then not to mention the maintenance of those instruments. Like, I know last year, my principal got us like a Title I grant for like, it was like a little over $1,000. And so with that, we were able to get a bunch of instruments repaired. But we're in a situation where we don't have enough instruments for every person in the band or whatever. So I had 3 beginning band classes and 2 intermediate band classes, and of course my advanced band class. But those parents, like I said, think about the area we're in. Those parents, they're not willing to buy instruments, especially when they get on the high school level. They may be a little more so willing when they're in middle school, but not when you get on the high school level or whatever. And so, like I said, anything definitely helps. And we would appreciate anyone that wants to support. Because like I said, these instruments, the repair, all those instruments that he get repaired, most of those need repairs now. Because our kids, they rough on instruments. Right. We had a lot of sharing going on. We had a lot of kids from, different classes having to share instruments, because that's all we had, and we had to just make do for what we had. And unfortunately, like I said, it ain't fair. Some programs have it all. Some of us, we around here trying to make it. But we do what we can. We duct tape what we can, and we try and get it done regardless. But like, people don't know, doggone, like how much a new instrument would just, like, new instruments would affect the sound of the band. Like, it's crazy. Like, and that's another thing too, like, not to get off subject, but just when you go into like evaluations and stuff like that, those adjudicators, they don't realize, like, I got, all 3 of my trumpets, they got instruments they playing on where they can't even move the tuning slides. They can't even, or just different stuff like that. They don't realize all the odds that are against us. And, some of those things do affect us, of course. And so we got to work extra hard just to be able to, sound just as good as some of these other programs out here that got it all, because they got the instruments and they got the funding, and we still working to, get it. But it's all good, because I know we're going to get there. So anybody out there willing to support, please support. If you want to donate $20 for some reeds, we'll take it. If you want to donate $10 for some cork grease or some valve oil, we'll take it.
The person that you should probably talk to about that is, this man here, Ricky Watkins, man. He has sponsored, a few schools down here. So you can get with either him or me, and, we can definitely help you out, with some stuff, send it to you.
Definitely.
Work with your band. Ricky, man, you have something to add?
Oh, yeah. We get together. Definitely get together, send some help, much as we can.
Look, go ahead. I was just about to say, for anybody that's out there, if you want to just, sow a seed into the Kendrick High School Band Program, let me get that Cash App up. Let me tell y'all what that Cash App is.
Go ahead, let them know.
# Kendrick, KENDRICK, marching band. Kendrick Marching Band. Money sign Kendrick Marching Band. If you want to sow a seed, please, whatever the Lord has placed on your heart to sow into the Kendrick High School Marching Band, go ahead, feel free.
I am typing it in the comment section.
Money sign Kendrick Marching Band.
All right. Ricky, man, any closing words?
Nah, she covered everything from a female standpoint that I didn't saw. I didn't dealt with working with one. You just got to stay on the right track and focus on musicianship, because with musicianship it brings, like, how can I say, a fuller band is better than a louder band any day.
You're right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you can have 150 kids and sound like hot garbage. As as one of my college band directors used to say, garbage. Literally. Right. So it's all about having a nice full sound, and in order to get there, you got to focus on the basics, the fundamentals. I think, like I said earlier in the interview, that's where a lot of band directors slack at. They're so focused on reliving their glory days from when they was in college and being the loudest and cranking, and it's a time and a place for all of that, but we got to focus on getting those kids to the next level, and we don't want them to miss out on things that they're going to need on the college level. You know what I'm saying? Because I know kids that came to college and didn't know how to read music. Thankfully, I had a great high school band director that was teaching me, Kendrick Gibson. Thankfully, I had a good high school band director, but everybody didn't have that. And there's some kids out here that don't know how to read music and don't know nothing but the B flat scale, and some of them don't know the B flat scale. Right. So we want to get those kids prepared, because like I tell them all the time, that's literally my job. That's my purpose, to prepare you for the next level. And even my percussionists, because you got those percussionists, they sit around, oh, I'm a cymbal player, I'm a bass drum. No, you're a percussionist. And if you want to get in your favorite college band, you want to be a part of Alabama State Band or Jackson State Band or Southern Band or A&M, Prairie View, whoever. If you want to be a part of these bands, you have to know your rudiments, and you have to know how to get on those mallets, those bells, and play those scales. You got to know all of that stuff, So so I'm big on making sure they know it all.
Okay, so let's say you had a band student who was struggling, they couldn't really get it. What are some of the methods that you use to keep them motivated, not giving up?
Well, definitely been there. You always got that one or two every year that struggles. The only thing you really can do is keep encouraging them. And of course, like, kids, they can be these kids will tear you down. Right. These kids will tear each other down. So literally, I know in my band program, I always preach that, we're a family, because a lot of them can lose sight of that. Like I said, of course, families fuss and they fight, but I think, number one, you want your section to be able to lift those kids up and not feel, okay, just because I may not have as much as you have, like, they can't get there. Because like I told people, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't go into band with the mentality that I'm gonna make sure I'm better than you. If I come into this program, if I'm not the best right now, I will be, and that's literally for every program. Every time I, like, growing up, I always became first chair or section leader, because I had the mentality that, okay, you may be better than me now, I'm a freshman, you might be better than me, but I'm going to be better than you. You know what I'm saying? And so it don't matter where you start. It all matters where you end. It's all about that journey. So I'm gonna constantly push those kids. They may not have it then, but I can guarantee I'm gonna make a beast out of it.
Okay. So do you think band is better now, or is it better, back in the day?
Like I said, these kids are just different.
Right.
They really different. I mean, even the things that they talk about, like the girlfriends and boyfriends, and they be so serious with it now. I'm talking about they be so serious, and I be like, when I was in school, we weren't focused on all these. We were really focused on band. Like, they be bringing so much drama and mess, and so I'm being biased. but I would definitely say it was better back then because, of course, I was living it and I was experiencing it. And of course, kids were tougher then too. We were tougher. You know, you have to, you know, you have to approach everything in a certain way. You have to know how to walk up to that line without crossing it with these kids.
Yeah, they're kind of too sensitive these days.
They are very sensitive, right? You know what we used to. You know what we're used to. And these kids,
that's exactly kids, what they need.
Yeah.
Bass drum. Can I get the question mark?
That's what they need. That's what they need now. But, you know, we in a different time. So.
Right. So, like, have you ever had that one student or students that, you know, you had to kind of pull to the side and maybe tell them, you know, I don't think band is for you, man. Like, have you ever had that moment before?
Well, first of all, I ain't gonna pull them to the side. I would say it right now. In there. If I can't deal with them. I mean, but you know, honestly, like I said, most of those kids that I had that come to Jesus moment with, because like I said, I'm that band director. I'm gonna get you together right then. I'm gonna call your mama. My kids know me. I'm always like, hey Siri, call Ashley Fagans. Hey Siri, call so-and-so. And I'm gonna call the mama and I'm gonna put her on speakerphone and I'm gonna let her know what you're doing. And, you know, I'm that director because what I'm not gonna deal with is, you know, no foolishness. No disrespect. I'm not gonna deal with it. Period.
Okay. So, are there any shout outs that you would like to give out? Any, you know, if somebody wanted to follow your band, where could they find you all, you know, on social media?
Okay, well, definitely follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube page is Mighty Marching Cherokees. So go out there, subscribe. We only got 2 videos right now, but you know, it's okay. We got a load more coming. Just like I said, we, you know, follow me, you know, find me on Facebook, Joycelyn Todd. I post stuff periodically about it. And like I said, I mean, those are our only pages right now, but of course I plan on making this a Facebook, and we have a parent that's working on an actual website for us. Oh, so those are our own pages, but you know, I will keep y'all posted on the progress. Definitely.
Okay. All right, man. This has been a great interview, man. Definitely wanted to get some female band directors on here because, you know, oftentimes you guys are overlooked, and you know, people will say kind of, you know, don't take y'all serious at times.
I would agree.
To me, that's just wrong and it's disrespectful. You know, you go through the same things that they have to go through. You know,
exactly,
probably even more.
And sometimes more.
Right. Even more. So, you know, I just want to commend you and every other female band director out there. I'm pretty sure she feels the same, and you know, we look forward to working with you all, and you know, the Georgia, working with your band program. And we just take it from there.
Definitely. So y'all keep in touch. Like I said, keep in touch. We definitely trying to make our way to New Orleans, especially once all this stuff calms down. So definitely keep in touch.
All right, man. Well, you take care, you stay safe, and have a good one.
Y'all too.
All right.